Yo, what's happening, y'all? It's your man Valentine, baby. Coming to you from on the grind. Yeah, you know how it is, man. Starting to get chilly in Van City, baby. So you already know what we got to do. Inside edition, man. You know, home edition indoors. It's getting to be that way. But yeah, so hey, man, you know what? Today, today I'm just gonna give you the talk because I'm gonna give you a little something and where I know for a fact that there's no white person on this planet that will ever have to give their son, daughter, or any relative this talk. Because white folks, any person that is not black, never has to give they loved one this talk. Because yes, there's some things that can happen to them, but this is something that happens to every black person, and it does happen to indigenous people too. So, but in this time, there is more black people giving their children this talk because they are definitely scared about their children going out. As I mean, a teenager, it doesn't even matter if you're a teenager. You can be a young dude. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter being male. You can be female because it does happen. And I mean, you got the when, why, and the and and the what. You know what I mean? So when do you give this talk? Man, when? As as soon as possible. I mean, as soon as your child maybe of age to understand what the police can do to you while you out, even if you're walking on the street. So you've got to give the children this talk at an early age because I mean, it sucks, man, to be able to say you have to tell your child that, listen, this is how you handle being stopped by the police, being pulled over by the police. You know what I mean? And you need to be able to understand, do not do something stupid that will get your butt shot or tasered, or it's basically the end. You know what? It is truly, if you don't give your child this talk, it could be it really is a death sentence if you don't give them that talk. You know what I mean? So the fact that you've got to give your children this talk to say, hey, look, this is how you handle it. Make sure that when you get pulled over, you have your hands on the steering wheel at 10 and 2. Do not reach over to reach to the glove compartment. That will get you shot. You feel what I'm saying? So 10 and 2, do not unbuckle your seatbelt. Open all your windows. Let them see inside the car because you already know they got their hand on the gun. So if they can see in the car, that may help you. You feel me? And if it's possible, when you see the police and the lights behind you, if you can quickly open your glove compartment and let them see in the glove compartment that there ain't nothing in there except your license and registration. And because anything else will get you shot. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, the why is basically to keep your children safe and to make sure that they do come home. And like I said, there ain't no white person gonna have this talk with their children unless they are either mulatto or you marry into a family with black children. That's the only way you're gonna have that talk. So man, it's a tough thing to have, man. And yet the continuous killing of black people by the police because of certain things like this. And there is just, I mean, like I said, and I gave you the what already, the what to do. Because when you're out there, man, do not be lippy. That's one of the things that just doesn't work. So do exactly what I just told y'all. And hopefully your parents will have that talk with y'all too. Because, I mean, I'll give you a situation where, you know what, for me, it could have been the end of my life in front of my daughter. And the fact that I didn't handle this situation the right way at that time. And the moment, see, this is what I'm saying to y'all. It does happen because this moment it truly flashed through my head that I was going to be shot with my daughter in the car. Because I was crazy enough that I saw the police and the dudes pulled us over. And what did I say? Do not unbuckle your seatbelt. Do not open your door. Guess what I did? I opened my door, pulled my seatbelt off, and was hot of why they pulling me over. And we saw Shawty, I saw him coming, and he already unholstered his gun. And the moment my daughter said, "Daddy, get back in the car," was the moment that clicked in for me. So, people, this is what I'm saying. You cannot do something stupid, no matter how much you think it's the right thing to do. It ain't. You need to make sure your butt is sitting in the car. Hands are 10 and 2. You know what I mean? You need to comply. Comply and consent. And it will save your life. What saved my life was my daughter saying and crying and dad saying, "Daddy, get back in the car." You feel what I'm saying? So people, it ain't a joke. When I say that black people have to give their children the talk, because it's real. And every black person needs to have that talk with their child. And we shouldn't have to, but we have to. You feel me? So we don't want no more children getting killed and another family member getting up on TV saying they lost another loved one. You feel me? So you need to have that talk with your child. And white people, if you don't understand it, maybe listen to some black people and understand why they have the talk with their child. And you know what? There come a day where you might have to have that talk with your son or your daughter to tell them, hey, look, this is what you need to do. So anyway, it's a tough one, man. It's an emotional thing. It's emotional because, like I said, I know my daughter saved my life, and many a times, even before I had my daughter, it was many a time before that where, yeah, I know, it's been hard and it's been tough because I've been down that road, getting dragged out the car at gunpoint and reaching over to get something, and the lights fire up on you, the gun comes out, you break the window. It ain't a joke, B. Black people it's I don't know why this happens to us. And they should treat us properly, man. If you get pulled over, we should be respected. Know that we don't have a weapon or anything like that. Or you walking on the street with no weapon. But this is how it go down. But anyway, y'all have to talk, man. And give it to them properly and let them know. And don't hold nothing back. You feel me? Anyway, yo, we dealing with that pandemic, man. And the pandemic is not a joke. Cases still going up. People still acting foolish. Not wanting to wear a mask and not wanting to social distance. Hand sanitize. We already know who that is. And there's folks in Canada, and I know in downtown, who feel that they don't want to wear a mask. And I seen lots of them walking around like everything is cool. Y'all need to get it together, man. This is why the virus, the cases keep going up, because of knuckleheads who just don't believe. And yet people are still dying. Understand that the virus does not discriminate. And I keep telling y'all this. The only thing that discriminates is the pandemic of racism. And Kamala Harris says it. Racism has no vaccine. And COVID-19 doesn't either, not yet. So we have to wait for that as well. And we also have to wait for some change, social reform on systemic racism, on the police brutality, racial equality, and all these things we have to wait for. Then we may not have this talk with our children. But at the moment, we still have to. So y'all got to make sure you wear your mask, social distance, hand sanitize, stay away from the big crowds. And listen to the doctors, man. And remember, vote. Biden-Harris, 2020, November 3rd. Get it done. Don't let your vote go uncounted. Do what you got to do, people. Make the change. Biden-Harris is who you want in the White House. Can you dig it? Get out and vote, y'all. Yo, I'm your man Valentine, baby. And if you think it's your time to shine, you need to get on the grind with your man Valentine.